Gerry, I suppose disappointing result at the end of the day. Obviously, it's not the end of the world, but
No, look, it's not the middle of summer, or it's not the start of the National League yet. I suppose from our perspective, Limerick were excellent. I think physically they outfought us. If you look at some of the actual, and I'm only looking at it from the side. I know I've not got no stats at all, but ultimately it looked as if on the puck out they dominated. Ruck ball, they seemed to win a significant amount of ruck ball compared to us. So ultimately we'd have to concede that Limerick were by far the better team here today. And I think maybe we played a few more mobile, lighter guys today that we probably will be looking at towards later on in the league and later on in the championship. And Limerick physically dominated those players at times.
We're concerned that we didn't score from the 41st minute onwards.
I would, absolutely, but I think there's a fairly, if you look at it, and I still, again, you like to look back at the tape, but ultimately I think what happened was that Limerick got one possession in their own half back line. They didn't hit ball into in beyond our half back line and full back line. We dealt with it reasonably well back there, but I don't think we trusted ourselves or the conditions to play the ball through the lines. We seemed to hit the ball back down and on top of their half back line, and their half back line were dominating. So I think we could have been better in terms of how we managed the game and how we managed our possession.
overall, do you take much from the competition? Like you've had 3 games over the last 3 weeks, you got to see a lot of players.
We did. Look, the whole purpose of this is we basically use it as an opportunity to try out 10 or 11 new players. We also use it as an opportunity to try existing players in new positions. And ultimately, we know where we are now. We've a lot of work to do. There's a gap there to be breached, and we'll work on that over the next 2 to 3 weeks. And certainly we would look very closely at our team selection for the game against Tipperary in 2 weeks' time.
Would there be a January health warning, or looking deeply into games like this? I know there's a good crowd here today, but really it's attitude and things like that.
I wouldn't accept that either, in fairness, because we've worked really hard over the last 2 months, and we were expecting a really strong performance here today, and we got a strong performance in certain. I think our full back line were excellent, considering the amount of possession, the amount of ball that went in there, and the amount of pressure they were under. I thought they coped really well. Our half-back line did. I think Dermot Ryan. You're asking me what's the purpose of the Munster League? Is to find players like Dermot Ryan. I thought he was outstanding. Ryan Taylor has had. He had a tough first half, but ultimately it's about these guys finding out the level of intensity and the level of physicality that you need to bring to the table on a day like today.
Gerry, you mentioned that the full forward line lighter players were possibly at various times. Did you just go with them as a three because you felt the 3 lads needed game time?
We did. Well, Podge hasn't played a game in 3 weeks. Tots started the first game and then was injured for the second game, and Shane O'Donnell was away for the actual Cork game. So look, it's about trying. You're trying to blend in new players. You're trying to get guys to get a run and get back into form from your existing players. So it's a balancing act, because we're not going to have this luxury once the National League starts in two weeks' time. That's what we feel. So we use this as an opportunity, as I said, to give that opportunity to new guys to come in, and to give an opportunity for existing players to be tried out in different positions.
Realistically, will it have any great bearing when you come to meet in the championship? I think you meet in the last of the round robin.
We do, and I think you really know the answer to that, Seamus. I think there's going to be a lot of hurling play between now and then, and by the time it comes, that could either be a really crunch game, or it might be a game of no consequence at all. It depends on how the results go prior to that.
But for now, the focus is 2 weeks' time, first round of the league.
Yeah, look, I suppose the plus is that if you want, there's just 2 pluses from us. We had 15 wides, which meant that we created a lot of opportunities. We no injuries that we know of, and I haven't really spoken to the physios yet. So they're the positives. We needed to tighten up and increase and that has been an issue for this team for the last 12 months. Our conversion rate and our decision making on the opportunities that we've had hasn't always materialised the way we would have liked.
The squad in a good bit.
Have we any overhanging injuries? We said 2 weeks' time.
I suppose Jamie Shanahan he's recovering from a back injury. Peter has a finger injury. Obviously, Aaron Shanahan is a long-term ACL. But outside of that, most guys are in pretty good shape.
And you're going to cut or reduce slightly the size?
We'll
of the
reduce
panel?
slightly. Look, I suppose that the way we're looking at it is we've deliberately added in 10 people, but there has 4 or 5 people left the panel. So to make sure that we get and have as big a panel as possible for the National League and the Championship, we're going to try and hold on to as many as we can for as long as possible. Yeah.
Thanks, Jerry. Thanks so
All
much.
right. Thanks very much, guys.